brake city. Well, I'm not going that fast and it's wet, so, but I should go through the motor, like, and like leaning off the bike. I'm like, well, I don't really need to lean off the bike. The bike's go through here straight. But I feel like I should. I don't know.
I just try to, when at these slow speeds, just keep my butt in the seat and do a kind of a Colin Edwards. Just kind of get my shoulders and my head going in the right direction.
I hate to tell you this, he's 6'2" and quite good looking. How do you do that?
Speed increases or the pace increases, it becomes easier to forget to keep your vision further down the track.
How's your Schwantz School experience thus far?
Brilliant. I met Kevin Schwantz this morning while I was getting my suit on. I was sitting there watching those guys yesterday, and I'm looking at Gobert and like 13th, like, come on, man! And then I'm like out there today going, respect. Total respect. Go slower.
We're rocking and rolling with Blake Young at the Kevin Schwantz School, and you're wearing a Kevin Schwantz School shirt, so you're official.
Yep, official. Official Kevin Schwantz, crony.
So do you get out there and ride in the school and show some people around?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I get to come to as many schools as I can, or you know, try and you know, anytime I can help out and you know, just add a little bit, you know, extra tips in the classroom or out on the track and ride with some people. You know, I think that's all good for me and good for them as well.
That's what I've noticed with the instructors here, from doing other schools and everything. Through their rear view mirrors, they can find the exact right pace for you behind him versus you versus me to make you, help you learn, go through the corners, stuff like that. So it's good.
Well, I mean, like, it was only when I went behind him that the last turn made any sense to me. I was coming all the way around on the inside and going, oh, I've run out of road, and of course, taking a much wider line.
That's why it really makes you work on being smooth, because every little input can give a little bit of wiggle to the bike and stuff, and so it makes you really concentrate on being smooth with your applications on and off and with the brakes and even your body movements, everything. Give it a little bit to where you get some of the weight back off the nose, where you know you're not overloading it.
Good point.
And then let it roll through.
Let it roll through. Simple one, know how. Just try to do it. Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
Jonathan, we feel good.
We do, don't we?
And there's a reason for that. We spent all day here at Barber Motorsport Park with Kevin Schwantz.
He said this morning, I want to see those smiles inside those helmets. And that's all I've been doing all day. And I know it sounds cliche and it sounds like, oh, you're just saying that. No, I am genuinely smiling because I've actually learned a hell of a lot today. A hell of a lot. Personally, about riding a motorcycle.
We got some dry time in the afternoon, and then we capped off the day with a track walk where he kind of broke the track down, had some of the instructors go by, and I learned a considerable amount about the turns that, you know, I was not doing them quite right.
Like I was talking about as we were coming around turn 2, coming up this hill, the inside portion of the track seems to me, right where that cone is, seems to be there's about 12 inches on the inside just before the paint. It's really nice and smooth. You'd come out just from that a little bit, and it seems like there's a fair bit of washboard from the cars. It's not big, but it's just enough when you're on a bike driving up the hill really hard. It's just enough to get the back end to step out a little bit. That's probably 75 miles an hour, maybe 70, 75. Mladen and Young and those guys, Speezy when he was here, probably double that coming up it.
I think that, to me, actually was the one bit that's blown me away. I've done track days, both car and bike, before, as you have, and that's a totally unique thing, to go out in a golf cart with Kevin. He's chatting all the way. You get literally you get an hour of his talk, and he's telling you about how he goes about corners. Then he goes, let's see what the guys do, and, you know, it's so weird, it's so different to be out there on the corner where you were an hour before, kind of getting it all wrong. But actually seeing it done properly, him then explaining why, what, where, and why for.
Come down here nice and smooth, continue to squeeze the brakes, get it slowed down, and concentrate on getting the drive off, because what do we have when we exit this corner? We all think in, we gotta charge in, we gotta make all this time getting in. Whereas getting in here fast, getting in here hard on the brakes is pretty risky. It is kind of slick. But what's after this? A nice, big, long straightaway, fast left-right kink with some more straightaway. there's a big, huge variety of way to do things here, and depending on what you're on and what type of motorcycle you're riding, that just gives you a good idea of how big the variations can be.
Tell us about Schwantz School for people that are interested, and who's it for, what's the target, what are you about here at Barber doing the school?
Well, the main thing to remember about the Schwantz School is, yeah, we perform it, we teach it at a racetrack. Yeah, my name's been built around racing itself, but that's the last thing that we're trying to teach here at school. I teach a lot of the same techniques that I used in my racing career, but at the same time it's stuff that applies to general street riding and just basic motorcycle riding safety. The ultimate person to come to us is somebody who's not learned to ride a bike yesterday, but they've been riding 6 months, maybe a year, fairly new to motorcycle riding, and we want to try and get to them before they learn too many bad habits, and we have to try and figure out how to break those habits. But anywhere from a 20-year veteran who's been riding most of his life, him or her, either one, men and women are both welcome. And it's not about going fast, it's about being comfortable and confident on the motorcycle, and it's being a reactive rider, not somebody who's trying to avoid situations that confront him. Being able to visually get your awareness far enough out in front of the motorcycle to keep that panic from setting in and to keep you from doing something silly.
Tell us about your experience.
I've had an amazing day. I was very nervous, to say the least, coming in this morning, and I had never ridden a super sport bike. This was my first day ever riding a 600, and I was stomach in my throat all morning leading up to it, but I was so amazed at how the instructors, when they heard that I was nervous and they heard that I hadn't ridden this kind of bike before, they just literally took me by the hand, and they have been fantastic all day. They have been baby stepping me through in a way that I've actually made some significant improvements through the day that I never could have imagined making, and they've been so patient and wonderful and encouraging. Like getting that little thumbs up coming around the corner is just phenomenal.
Come here on recommendation from one of our friends that came to the Schwantz School for 2 days, and he recommended it over the Freddie Spencer School. Said it was more fun, the guys are easier to deal with, the track tuition was better, technique was better and stuff, so it was just a better option for us. So we tied it into a vacation and came to the AMA as well.
How's your experience so far at the end of day one?
Very, very good. Very good. I'd recommend it to my friends back home. We did the fastest I think I've ever ridden in the wet today, I rode. And then we had some really, really good sessions in the afternoon. And then the last session was just awesome. Adrenaline was pumping really, really hard. And just one of those days, like a day in your life, the box just checked. That sort of way. And there's one memory that will live with me, I'll take away from today, is there's a blind crest and the instructor was in front of me and he was just dialing it in so fast, and I was following on a blind crest thinking to myself, wow, this is it. That's the marker for me.
I think it's a great way to learn to ride a motorcycle, learn about yourself, and have fun all at the same time.
Even with orange tractors driving by in the background.
Even with orange tractors in the background.
They're not out there when we're out there. Well, thank you very much, Garrett. Appreciate it. And we look forward to many more wonderful days at the track.